Women want to be treated like children. Now, some of you are going to hear this and say, what a sexist, what a misogynist, and turn this video off. But for those of you who are intrigued, listen on. There are a lot of different ideas about what to say to women, pickup lines and strategies, but they all stem from one common idea, and that's what we're going to go into. But first, when was the last time you really had an easy time with women? Most likely it was probably when you were a child, before puberty. Boys interacted with girls in the exact right way before puberty. At that time, boys weren't afraid of pretty women. They weren't afraid to go, talk to them in fear of rejection. None of that stuff really existed when you're young. So, have women really changed? Well, let's talk about how women, and especially little girls, behave. When they're little, girls are encouraged to play with dolls. They're encouraged to sit a certain way and to read and to there's society norms that I as a man will never quite understand of how women were raised. However, little boys, I do understand. Boys like to be rough. They like to tumble. They like to wrestle. When boys like to be rambunctious. And it's exactly this dimorphic behavior that's attractive to women. So when you were a child and you didn't care about women and you didn't go through puberty yet, and you really weren't exactly interested in women in the way that you are now. You just like doing what you like to do. You like cars, trucks, dinosaurs. And I even see women making fun of little boys for this, like the things that they're into, fishing, hunting, playing video games. But the truth is, girls go through puberty earlier than boys. So when the girls start to like boys, when they start to notice boys, what they're doing is noticing boy behaviors. And that's before most boys hit puberty. And so they start noticing boys that act like boys. And that's why they like these so-called jerks and the jocks and the tough guys. And they don't want a man that's sweet and sensitive. This really is the paradox of modern dating. When you were young, you wanted to be old. If you're poor, you want to trade your time and effort on your body to earn money. But when you have money, all of a sudden the things you buy are hair transplant, weight loss surgery, plastic surgery. So we're trading our money to preserve our youth. This is kind of the paradox that we see all over in life. But charming men, they treat women like little girls. So this is the philosophy. So how does this actually play out when you're trying to attract women? When you actually want to take them out on a date? Action. Don't talk about your politics, your philosophy, your literature, DNA, natural sciences. Despite the incessant movement of women in STEM, this is science, technology, engineering, and math, women just aren't naturally drawn to those things. If they were, there would not be any necessity for propaganda to push them into these fields. Girls just want to have fun. I cannot think of a music video from the 80s that has almost 2 billion views like that of Cyndi Lauper's Girls Just Want to Have Fun music video. It's in every bus stop. They play it in every grocery store, every mall, every dance, every DJ'd party. In my opinion, this is probably the most ubiquitous song of all time, followed only by Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas. And even that's only during Christmas time. Really, that song is everywhere. And the reason I believe that to be the case is because women see themselves as growing up, but they want to escape that. And they want to have fun like they did when they were kids, when they were little girls. Businesses have figured out escapism, by the way. It's time you as a man capitalize on escapism the same way that businesses do. And the way to do that is to always be doing something. Okay, the literal worst date idea, in my opinion, is to take someone to a dinner and a movie. To women, this is so boring, it's unbelievable. Jerry Munn said that if her daddy's rich, take her out for a meal. If her daddy's poor, just do what you feel. So I really like that. But the idea here is that you want to go out and just do something. So I've got some date ideas that if you like, you can take them. But the point here isn't, you might say, oh, this guy, he's an old fuddy-duddy. He doesn't know what modern dating is like. And I admit that. But the principle is the same, whether or not the activities I mentioned are ones that you like. So for example, you could take her ice skating or kayaking or surfing or salsa dancing. You could even do something silly or ridiculous, like go to a Goodwill, have a budget, dress up in the most ridiculous clothes you can, and then take her to the busiest street in your town and walk down that town and have people look at you guys like, what in the world are these weirdos doing? The point is, you want to be doing something. That is the nature of men. We build, we create, we do things. And you don't even need to tell her what you're doing. Just say, dress warm, for example, if you're going ice skating, or bring a swimsuit if you're going to the beach, right? You can plan a place to eat later if you want, but kind of make it an extension of the date. Like after you're done with the activity, like, hey, I know this great little deli joint, or I know this burger joint nearby. Do you want to go grab some food? There are so many built-in expectations when you say to a woman, let's go get dinner. My wife's kind of the same way. She has all these rules. And see, women like to get together and watch TikToks, and they have thousands of women spouting all the red flags that a man can do if he takes you to dinner. Does he eat a certain way? Does he chomp his food loudly? Whatever. There's going to be just 1,000 little nitpicks. So when you say to a woman, hey, let's go out to dinner and a movie, or dinner and drinks or something, you're setting up these expectations, and that comes with this whole list of baggage. So my opinion, I don't think you should even offer a dinner unless she's really digging you at the activity. Then you can treat her as, hey, this is something nearby. You're treating it as if it's a spontaneous interaction, like, oh, hey, I know this great joint nearby. You want to go grab some food, later. But my point is that if she can have fun with you, she's into you. If she can't have fun kayaking or ice skating or bowling or whatever, I hate to tell you, it's not that she doesn't like the activity. It's just that she doesn't like you. So you can thank yourself for finding this out before you marry her, before you keep dating her. Do something fun. In summary, you want to treat her as if she was a child. You could even say childlike. You want to have that childlike fun attitude, and you want to drop the lame dinner and a movie. These are terrible ideas. If you like this video, I really appreciate if you subscribe and thumbs up. Let me know. And what are some date ideas you like? Put them in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you later and have a great day. Bye.